y'all, I have the new Pastel Garden palette from Beaute Bar. It's a pastel garden. Look at this color selection. Oh, we have all the pastels we could ever want. I'm very excited about this palette. I want to create some looks for y'all. I want to do some swatches. I want to show you everything because, like, look at this layout. Yellows, oranges and peaches, pinky purples, blue tones, your kind of teals and your greens. I'm here for it. We're going to create some pastel looks. We're going to swatch everything. I am pumped for this one. Let's jump into it. Getting started, this is what the packaging looks like. This was sent to me from the brand. I am very excited about this one. It's kind of like this faux leather matte packaging with this silver logo on the front. It says Pastel Garden, and then opening it up, we have a massive mirror. I do like that. It's a big palette and we've got a nice mirror, and then we have all these beautiful pastels inside. Perfect for spring. Wear your shadows whenever you want to. I always say that. You want to wear pastels in December? Do it. You want to wear jewel tones in April? Do it. But I do think it's fun to get inspiration from the seasons, and pastels for spring we love. Now let me show you a close-up and swatches of this palette. This palette is launching Wednesday, April 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern. This is 24 matte shades. This is a new and improved formula, 11 duochrome shimmers and 1 multi-chrome shimmer. So this is what the palette looks like. I'm also showing you some swatches, that I take with my phone. I think that can be a fun way to capture shimmer, shadows, things like that. But again, this palette is going to be launching on April 5th. I will link it. Everything that I talk about today, I will put in the description box. My affiliate code with the brand is Heather. If you're ever shopping the site, you want to save, you can use the code. You don't have to, but if you choose to, thank you so much. I want to test out this formula. If you have been watching me for a while, you know that I really like Beaute Bar's palettes. They ranked really high in my yearly ranking. Their Halloween palette, love, 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 love. I'm wearing their Oracle Chrome highlighter palette today. One of my favorite colorful highlighter formulas of all time. I absolutely love that one. So I'm excited to try this new and improved matte formula because the formula was already amazing. So I want to know how this one is, if they say it's even more improved. We're going to create some pastel looks. Starting off, I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to zoom y'all in nice and close, and we're going to do 2 different eye looks today. I want to create some looks for y'all. So let me grab my eye primer and we'll get started. Okay, starting off, I want to do something green and yellow, I think. I think that's going to be really, really fun. So we're going to kind of play with the top of the palette and the bottom for this look. I am probably going to do the same placement of shades, just different colors on both eyes. I do have things to get out and do today, so even though I'm going to have different colors on my eyes, I want to keep the shapes and everything similar so that the look is still cohesive overall for me. So what I want to start with is actually this second yellow shade right here. This one is called Archangel. I really like that all of the shades have names. I know sometimes I see brands when they do really large palettes like this, the shades don't have names. So it's just a small detail that I really, really appreciate. So I'm going to dip in to Archangel, and I'm going to use my Singe Beauty brush. This is the brush E03, making sure I don't have any creases in my eye primer. And I'm just going to press this on with this fluffy brush. Now the eye primer I'm using is my Sigma Eye Base in Ignite, which is definitely lighter than my skin tone, but it's also really pretty if you have a pure white eye base to put pastels on top of white, and they will pop even more. I also really like to use pastels as companion palettes you know, to reach in for inner corner shades or blending shades of really, really deep and intense colorful looks. I know I say that every time I talk about like pastel palettes, but I do reach into my pastel palettes as companion palettes so often. Okay, now I'm grabbing my Singe Beauty EO2 and we're gonna go into Ladies Mantle. This shade right here, this is one of the deeper shades in the palette. I think it's gonna be beautiful to go kind of right out here in this outer portion of the crease, and then down to the lid, and then up like this, and then I'm just gonna slowly blend. But I love this yellow shade. This is definitely a neon pastel. Really pretty, that first shade, Archangel. But now this green I think is gonna complement it really beautifully too. So just kind of going back and forth like this. Okay, I love these shades together. I want to go now into Gladiolas right down here. This really beautiful shade, but it's slightly lighter than this shade we used out here. I'm picking this up on my Sigma Beauty brush. This is one of the brushes that was, or is in my Sigma favorite set. And I thought it would be pretty just to add a little bit of this pastel green down on the lower lash line, you know, cute little pastel moment. And I love doing green shades with my green eyes. I just think it looks so cool, although of course every eye color can wear every color shadow. Okay, I am ready to add some shimmer. I really like how we go from kind of light to more mid-tone and then back to like a lighter shade. I'm kind of feeling the flow of that. So for the lid, I was kind of looking like definitely either one of these would be pretty. Really any of the shimmers would be pretty. They can complement, they can contrast, but I think I landed on doing this one, Green Wizard. That is sparkle. Oh, that is so much sparkle and shift. So we're going to take Green Wizard. I'm going to pick that up. But first, I think I'm going to put down a little bit of my Unearthly Cosmetics Glimmer Grasp. It's like the NYX glitter primer, but it's actually less expensive. You get more product, and this is vegan. So I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to go in with Green Wizard. Okay, so I've got the shade picked up on my E01 from Singe. And I'm just going to press it on top first. Now, when I do this technique of pressing it, I'm just getting it laid down on top of that glitter primer, adhesive, primer, whatever I have going on. And then I'll go back and I'll blend to make sure I get the shadow all over my lid, you know, minus the crinkles and the wrinkles that are in my lids. So I just pack first to make sure I get this on top of the primer, and then I go back and I kind of brush and blend in the shadow. Okay, now I just want to go in with an inner corner shade, and I actually want to do a matte inner corner. So I'm going to go back up here to the yellows and go in with Daylily. I'm going to pop that right on the inner corner, and that will finish off our look. You know, what is that? 5 shadows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Simple. 5 shadows to create a pastel springy look, and I really like this look. Oh, I think this is really pretty. I like the way the colors work together. The mattes are very easy to blend. Just going back, seeing if I need to do any more blending. But that's going to be the look for this eye. I'm going to put on eye primer and we'll do the other eye, and then after that I'll do liner and lash and all that extra stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do the same type of look that we did over here. So I'm gonna do kind of the same placement. We're just gonna do different shades. Again, it's gonna help my look be cohesive, so as I'm out and about today, I will feel great in my looks. I am going to reach first into this shade right here. This is the shade Hibiscus. And then for the outer corner, I'm gonna jump over to Bluebell right over here. And that's what we're gonna start with. Okay, so I've got Hibiscus on another brush from my Sigma set, and I'm gonna put this exactly where I put the bright yellow over there. I'm just going to press this on. I'm using the same eye base. This is Sigma Ignite. And I have to say, these mattes are working so well. I was curious when they said that they had improved their formula even more. I'm like, yes. I love when brands are good and then they don't rest. You know, they're not like, oh, we make good stuff. They're always seeing like what's new, what's coming out, what can we improve on. I think that's important. I enjoy that because new formulas and things are changing all the time. Like makeup is always improving, and I think it's important not to get kind of like stagnant, you know? But anyways, I'm just blending these two shades on. I've got Bluebell now, and this is just another brush from my Sigma set. Okay, let's go to the lower lash line. I'm grabbing my Singe Beauty EO1. I just cleaned it off on my little switch, and we're going into Cornflower. This is going to be our lower lash line shade. I could use the mirror in this palette. It's so nice, but I'm just going to put that on the lower lash line, back and forth. Okay, it's time for the lid shade. Now I am going to prime with the Unearthly Glitter Primer again, but what I want to do on the lid is this, wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Pansy right over here. I think this shade's going to be super pretty. I've got my dual-ended Sigma brush. This side is in my set, but this came from a palette. So I'm going to put down that primer and we're going to go in with the shade Pansy. All right, I'm going to once again press the shade Pansy on. Really pretty, like mix of a blue and a purple. And then I'm just going to lightly blend it. Is that beautiful? Like that is such a sparkly shade. I am very much liking that. Oh. Wow, I like that. I'm telling y'all, I love makeup. I never get tired of it. It's so fun. So fun to me. Just gonna make sure I have my blending there. And we're gonna pop on an inner corner shade. So I'm gonna grab this end of the brush and we're gonna do lavender. Let's do lavender and put it right there on the inner corner. And then I'm gonna add eyeliner, I'm gonna add mascara to kind of complete these, but this is it. These are our finished looks. Look one over here, look two over here. All right, y'all, here are my two finished looks. I really love both of these looks, and I love the way they look together. I think they're both so fun. This one definitely a bit like a brighter and more vibrant. This one a little softer, but I'm so into both of them. I decided to add black eyeliner. It would definitely be beautiful too if you wanted to add like pastel liner to your waterline, white or something colorful. You know, a green here would be beautiful, a yellow. But I kind of wanted to do black to kind of ground everything and kind of pull the like depth right in here at the lashes and then out to the color. So I just put in black on my like upper lash line, lower waterline, and then I'm wearing Kiss lashes in the style Duchess. So that's what I did for both looks. Black liner and then these beautiful super wispy, fluttery Kiss lashes. I will tell you what is on my bronzer, blush, highlight, lip too, in case you are curious. I'm wearing these new Sigma blushes. These were sent to me from Sigma and they're launching in April. I'll put the information down below, but this is their new cream blush in the shade Pashmina. I'm wearing my Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie bronzer. Let me show you. I've almost hit pan on this one. I may have to look. Yeah, I love this bronzer. And then I am wearing the Oracle Chrome highlighter palette from Bella Beaute Bar. I love this. Y'all, this was a yearly favorite. You've heard me talk about this so much. I'm wearing these two shades right down here mixed together, the High Priestess and the Star. That's what I have on. And then my lips are Unearthly Cosmetics. So I'm wearing the Satin Liquid Lipstick in Flirt. This was a part of their Valentine's Day mystery box, and then I put on Ornament lip gloss on top. So that is the lip that I have on. These are the two eye looks. We have the green and the yellow, and then we have the purple and blue kind of periwinkle over here. I'm feeling these looks, but I have got to get out the door. It is time for me to go, but I do have more looks to show you, so let's jump into it. Okay, I am back. I had fun doing the two different eye looks. I want to do that again. So we're going to do a different technique this time, but it's going to be the same technique on both eyes. And I want to start with this row right here, but I want to go to this mid-tone coral right here. Still very pastel, but it's on the deeper end of the pastels for this palette. So this color is called Coral Belle, and I'm gonna prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot, and I'm using the shade that I always use, which is Layin Low. Okay, so I'm taking the shade Coral Belle, and I'm just going to press this all in the socket. Just pressing it down on the eye primer first, and then I'm going to blend, 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 but I'm going to take this down onto the lid right out here in the outer part of my lid as well, and then I'll just kind of blend, blend, blend. Okay, next I want to go in with Azalea, this shade right here. I love azaleas so much. You see azaleas a lot in the area that I live in. A lot of people have azaleas and they're just so beautiful. But I'm using this like very lightly to kind of buff out even more that corally peachy shade. And I'm just going to go back and forth with the brush that I first started with and then with this one. And just kind of using that to like buff and blend even more. And both of these shades look so pretty together. So pretty. So just blending, blending, blending. Okay, next what I want to do is go in with two shimmers on the lid. So we're going to start with this one right here called Cleopatra Lily. And then we're also going to use Sunset Rose, this one right up here. Really, really beautiful sparkly shades. I'm not going to put down a glitter primer. I'm not going to use my Glimmer Grasp that I used for the first two looks, but I am going to pick up the shadow on my brush and then I'm going to spray my brush. Whatever makeup mist, setting spray, anything like that you have will work. I just want to dampen the brush after I have the shadow on it so that I can help minimize any fallout and get some extra intensity. Okay, so I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to put it right in the center of my lid. This is Cleopatra Lily. You can see this is a gorgeous shift type shade that looks orange, looks yellow, almost looks a little green as well. Super duper beautiful, but mostly that orangey yellow is what I see. And I'm just going to press this on. You can also use your fingers to apply if that's what you prefer. I just don't absolutely love using my fingers for shadow, so I always opt for a brush. Okay, I cleaned my brush off a little bit and I'm picking up Sunset Rose. This shade I'm going to put on the inner part of my lid, right there, just on this innermost part, so that it fades from the matte shade Coral Belle, then to the shimmer Cleopatra Lily, and now to Sunset Rose on the innermost part. Okay, for the lower lash line, I want to go into Iris. I think the purple is going to look really pretty with these peachy, corally, orange, yellow type of shades that we have going on our lid. So I want to take this shade Iris and just press it onto my lower lash line like this. So there, I have a nice purple lower lash line that I think looks so cool next to these orangey shades. Okay, it's time to highlight the inner corner, and I want to kind of keep the shimmer party going. So we're going to go into Japanese Rose, this beautiful yellow shade. I'm just going to pick that up and press that right to my inner corner. I'm not spraying my brush. I'm not putting any special primer down, nothing like that, because I just want to kind of have the hint of that shade, have some sparkle. That's why I'm using this fluffy brush to help me carry that sparkle around. Really, really beautiful shade. Not just a basic yellow shimmer at all. So this is where I'm going to leave this third look 3 right here. I'm just going to see if I need to blend, but I really, really love the corals, peachy orange tones with that lavender, with the yellowy, pinky type shades. Really feeling this. We're going to do the same technique over here on this side. The same kind of placement, but with different colors. So let me put on some eye primer and we'll work over here. Now, all the brushes that I used for this eye are part of my Sigma Favorites set. I don't know if I said that as we were going along, but doesn't that have a lot of pretty like shimmer and shift? I love that. Okay, eye is primed, and I want to go in with Hydrangea, this beautiful pink shade. That's what we're going to start with, and then I think I will kind of buff it out. So we'll start with this, and then I think I'll jump over to Snapdragon. So these two right here are what I'm going to start with, and I'm going to go in with my 206 from BK Beauty. All right, I'm just going to press that on right on top of the primer, making sure it goes right there. Same exact placement that we did with Coral Belle over here. Then I'm gonna grab my BK Beauty A502 and go into Snapdragon and just use this to kind of buff and blend, just gently blending this shade. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the shimmers, and the two that I want to use are Knockout Rose and Forget Me Not. So these two right here next to Hibiscus. Okay, so I'm taking the shade, what was that, Knockout Rose, and I want this to be right in the center of the lid. All right, now I'm gonna take Forget Me Not, and I'm gonna put that right here on the inner part of the lid so that we have these two really pretty sparkly shades right there. Super beautiful. Okay, so for the center shade, I used my BK Beauty 203, and then on the inner part, I used my BK Beauty 209. And now that I have those two shades down, so we had a Knockout Rose and then Forget Me Not, I want to add some green to the lower lash line. I'm not sure which one though. Let's do Ranunculus. Let's do this one on the lower lash line. I think this is going to be really beautiful. And then for the inner corner, let's go back up here to this beautiful shifty shade. I'm trying to see the shifts in the mirror, like in the shifts to the side. This one looks really pretty. So we're going to use right here and then this one. Okay, so I'm going to put that green right here on my lower lash line. I love green and pink together. So I'm just going to carefully put that here. Okay, so that was a 204 from BK Beauty. Now I'm going to grab my 207, go into that beautiful shimmer shade, and we're going to press that right on the inner corner. Now, I don't know if I said this earlier, but if you're curious about any of the other palettes from this brand, I do have a playlist that I can link in the description box if you want to check it out, see me kind of play with some of their other palettes. And then if you want to see my palette ranking, I ranked every palette that I tried last year. You can also definitely check that out. But I'm just going to blend, and here is look number 4. I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm going to put on a false lash. Maybe I'll skip lashes and we'll just do mascara. Let's do that. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, here are the finished looks. Look 3, look 4. I had a lot of fun creating these. I put on a little bit of mascara and a little black in my waterline, my lower waterline, a little black eyeliner. I'll tell you the rest of the makeup, and then I want to talk about this palette. So I'm wearing my Fenty bronzer yet again. Who's surprised? I'm wearing my Sigma cream blush, but today I'm wearing Coral Dawn, this really beautiful shade. I am wearing the Bella Beaute Bar Oracle Chrome Highlighter Palette. I'm wearing the Sun and the Magician mixed. I just kind of dipped back and forth into both of those. And my lip is Unearthly Cosmetics Linda Satin Liquid Lipstick and the gloss in Avery. So that is some of the other makeup on me. I really like both of these eye looks. I think they're sparkly and beautiful, and I have to leave my house in about 15 minutes. So I'm happy I was able to create these light, easy type of eye looks. Now, I only used, I think, 22 of the 36 shadows from this palette. This is a big palette, and I'm definitely going to keep playing with it, and I will put this in like a palette review video coming up soon. But I have to say, Bella Beaute Bar is not a new brand to me. I've been using the brand, buying things from them, reviewing their palettes. Like, I've been an affiliate for a little while, and I really, really, really like their stuff. This is great, amazing quality. I see the improvement that they were talking about in the mattes. I think they're very easy to blend. Now, if you're not interested in pastels, of course this palette is not for you. But if you're looking for a pastel palette, I think this has everything. It has bright pastels, like, I mean, pastels are light colors, but it has these bright shades in here as well as the super duper light pastels, right? So there is some variety in here. The multi-chrome, duochrome shimmer shades, beautiful. I really like this in this palette. We have different formulas in the sparkle shades. Absolutely no pressed glitters in here. I don't know if I said that earlier. I know I told you all the formulas that the brand said were in here, but I did want to let you know, just in case you weren't sure if any of these were pressed glitters, and they are not. Very, very pretty. So I really like this one. I think this is going to be perfect, not just for creating looks independently like I did on these 4 looks just using this palette, but I also think it's going to be really pretty to mix and match with other palettes, pull it in with some jewel tones, things like that, inner corner shades. I think this one is so beautiful. I really like this packaging, and for comparison, you can see it's as big as my hand. I really like this though. I'll put all the launch information down below. I hope you enjoyed seeing the swatches, everything like that. Filling my eye looks. I hope you are having an amazing day, and I will see you very soon in another video, so don't forget to subscribe. Bye!